And let's go. Bam. Hey guys, welcome. Thank you so much for being live with me today. And we are gonna go and go ahead and create a marketing plan for you guys, for everyone listening, for me, and to make sure you guys kick ass the rest of the year. We're about to start into February, and a month has passed. Can you believe that? That's just a little bit of thinking here. A month has passed, but I want to get started. I want you guys first to think about, like, what is the goal that you have for this year? What is the goal for 2023 in your business? I see a bunch of you, you have different types of businesses. And so, yeah, that's the first thing I want you guys to think about. Hey, what is the goal that I want to accomplish for 2023 in my business? Okay. Think about it, put it, whether it's 10 new clients, whether it's 200 new members, whether it is an extra million in revenue, an extra 3 million in revenue, whatever that is. Think about it, and after that, the next step I want you guys to do is think about, like, basically the 12 steps to get there, because there's 12 months, 12 steps, and kind of break it down. Okay, what are certain numbers that you need to break down, certain targets. And now, based on that, now we're going to kind of start on the marketing plan. Okay, I think it's important to talk about kind of the goals and then tie them down to the marketing plan. That way that this is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this social media stuff, I'm doing this uncomfortable stuff because I want to hit those yearly goals that I set out for myself. Okay, so another thing, that before, I guess, last thing I want you guys to think about, and this is a great exercise. Like, I want you guys to take a piece of paper, and in this piece of paper, just write down what is the goal for this year for yourself. Breaking the 12 steps. What are the 12 steps, the 12 sub goals under that? And then finally, like, number 3 before getting started is what worked and what didn't work. Okay, so having that in a picture, in a document, of what worked, what didn't work last year or the last years, it's a helpful way to get started. Because, hey, now I know what didn't work, and I can do new stuff, or hey, here's what worked, maybe we can do more of it. Okay. And there's a funny story there. It was like, someone from Frank Kern's team, I remember they said something like, we had a client, we did a session with them, and we basically told them, so they were paying for consulting, and that consulting advice was, they were looking to hear all this amazing stuff, right? And consulting advice they got, instead of, hey, oh, you should do this new thing and this other new thing, consulting advice, which was the right advice, was, do more of what works. And it's funny, right? But it's a lot of times, take someone that looks at your business, that's focused on your business, to tell you something, right? So think about that, what worked, what didn't work, put it in a list, and let's actually get started with the marketing plan. Okay, now that you have a little bit of that, I want you guys to start with, so here's the first step. The first point number 1 is defining the target audience. Okay, so think about, who do you want coming to your local business? Who do you want buying from your service-based business online, from your software, etc.? Who do you want? Like, age, income, location, interest, buying habits. What else are they buying that's complementary to you? Start thinking about that. Okay. Yeah, start thinking about that. I want you guys to just give you some time to think about that. Okay, and then we'll leave some time for questions later. But who do you want again, who do you want to come to your business, to your physical business, or for those of you that have an online business, who do you want coming through? Okay. So, picture it, because this is important. This is why we start with this, because when you make your content, a lot of what I'm going to tell you guys is going to be about getting yourself out there, building your brand, building your business's brand or your personal brand or both. And so when you talk, you need to talk. You basically need to talk like you're talking to your target audience, to your target customer. Okay. And a lot of people forget about that. I made a post. I think it was like what, December maybe. I made a post, and it's funny. A lot of us forget, me included. We forget the basics. The basics are, uh, after using your product or service, I'm gonna get somewhere, and it's gonna be great. And now I'm miserable, sad, etc., etc. And a lot of times, I don't know why, uh, companies get caught up in social media, just posting about everything and anything, but they don't talk about what is going to happen after I use your product or service, and how great I'm going to feel, and how it changed my life, and all that stuff. So that's why I start with define your target audience, because they are forgetting who they're talking to. If they had someone in front of them, like in the example I brought, like it was like a dating app. If you had the person in front of them, the actual customer that was going to pay a lot of money, and that was going through the pain, and if you had them in front of you, you would realize that they want something totally different than what you're posting. You're posting fun stuff, you're posting memes, you're posting whatever, but no, your guy is in pain. Your person is in pain. They are in pain. A lot of them, they are in pain right now. And they don't care about those memes or everything that you post, or they don't care about that. They're in pain. They want to get in better shape. They're in pain. They want their business to grow. They feel stuck. Their business has been stuck forever. They want to grow. Like, what is that? We're going to go a little bit deeper there. But that's why you need to define the target audience. Okay. So after you do that, it's time for you to choose where are you going to deploy this marketing strategy, what platform. Okay. And so you have to choose based on your business, um, what platform is going to work best. Okay. So um, this is like pretty simple. I think you guys can tell by just looking at what your competitors that are successful are doing. I think it's a great way for you to kind of shortcut. Hey, what channel should I be using? What medium should I be using? At the same time, obviously, there is new channels rising, and I'm gonna say new, and I'm gonna say one social media channel. You guys are gonna be like, this is not new, but stuff changes. Obviously, TikTok. Uh, there's not a lot to talk there. I think TikTok applies to a lot of you guys, especially like if you're in a traditional space and you start using TikTok. I think that's kind of more disruptive, because like you're in marketing and you start talking about TikTok and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to do that. But if you are in accounting and you start talking in TikTok or in this new platforms, I'm going to tell you more about. But basically, TikTok, Instagram Reels, uh, Facebook also has Reels, which have a lot of reach lately. A lot of reach. Uh, LinkedIn, when you start doing that, and you're in a boring or boring, dull industry, has even more effect, because your average accountant, your average CPA firm, your average, um, you know, provider, anything like that is not doing it. So all of a sudden, I think it's a huge edge. Okay. So think about that medium. What is that medium for you? Okay. Let's say you have the medium. Okay. I think one important thing here is, and I talk a lot about this. I want for you guys, I want sustainability and long-term success. okay? Like long-term success in marketing kind of concept. And so I much rather have you guys do one piece of content a week in one channel, and that content ranks and stays there forever, quote unquote forever, versus you doing a lot for a month or a week or a couple weeks, getting burnt out and not doing it. I much rather you do. I'm gonna do the math because I want to do the math. And it's 4 pieces of content times 12 months. I much rather you do 42 pieces of content and do them constantly than you do once a month, get burned out, and don't do it again. Okay, I think that's why a lot of people are like, hey, post daily, hey, do this. Hey, we have a business to run. We're busy. If you have a team and you have a team, you have a social media team, or you have other people, virtual assistants, whatever, and you think you can, not gonna take much of your time. Well, okay, go ahead, do it. Post every day. Yes, it's always better. I mean, not gonna tell you that, but for a lot of you, you guys are busy, and this is absolutely necessary. So the way you're gonna get to do this is to actually commit to one content a week. Okay. Now here's some further tips to make sure that happens. Okay. I have here, and that's before I go there. Like it's very important. Again, I didn't tell you to post on every social media channel. I didn't tell you to post every day. One channel, once a week for a year, type of thing. Okay. Now, how? Okay, even go a bit deeper, because I know I get a lot very distracted, and I guess a lot of you guys too. We're in a business, all kinds of things happen. Um, I suggest to create like a reminder Monday, and what you're gonna do is remind yourself to think about, okay, what am I gonna post about this week? Okay, and it's so easy because as if you remind yourself Monday that you need to post something comes up throughout the week that you can talk about. And so when you have a second reminder Thursday, if you need it, sometimes you don't need a second reminder. I do. You already have something because something happened. You told the client something that is worth sharing, and yeah, stuff like that. So basically, have those two reminders, and with that, you'll have the idea to post that. Okay. In terms of what to post, okay, what to post. Two things, okay. Um, well, actually, 3 things. First, kind of take a look at what's working. Okay, I want you to not Google, but like go on TikTok or Instagram, type your niche, type your niche, your industry, see the top posts. There's always top posts being featured. What are they talking about? That's a great way to get started first. Okay, that's first. Second is tell stories. Okay, so that's pretty self-explanatory. When you're just doing something and just talking about anything, that's one thing. Whenever you tell a story, hey, here's how we got this guy from being overweight to being fit and changing his life, changing his marriage, blah 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 blah. Blah. Here's how we got this client to go from 3 to 10 million a year, whatever. So that's kind of more compelling, more engaging. That's 1, 2. Okay, number 3 is all about the concept of Hell Island and Hell Island and Heaven Island. So I discussed that a little bit earlier, but that's what it is. So the Hell Island and Heaven Island concept is, again, your client, your prospect, your ideal prospect is in pain right now, is stuck right now, is feeling some sort of an unpleasant thing. They need to call your business because if they don't call, they need to fix something, and they got to call your business to fix it. They're in pain right now. You are in the middle, and then the end result is they're in Heaven Island. Heaven Island is everything runs around smoothly in their business, or they have the perfect body, or they have the perfect body, they have the perfect business, they have a great business, they're less stressed, they make twice as much with half as time, whatever that is, right? And so you use that Hell Island and Heaven Island to produce content. Are you frustrated with X, Y, and Z? Well, here's what happened to Dave, and when he joined our coaching program, our 8-week, fitness coaching program, or when he joined our mastermind, or he joined our business club, or when he started relying on our solutions, this is what happened to him. He started experiencing this, 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 this. He started going from this to this, right? That, again, like, it's so simple. I want you guys to do this exercise. Just some ideas that come to mind right now. Okay, just write them down. Um, write them down. Some examples that come to mind. But I want you guys then to, like, after you're done, not now, but after you're done, go ahead and go on social media, check some businesses that you follow. Okay, and I want you guys to think about how to just basically ask yourself, like, how does this affect me? Why is this important to me? And kind of like, hey, is this business actually talking about something that's relevant to me, or are they just saying whatever, right? And it's funny because a lot of times you will find that it's the second. They just have something going on, but they're not really talking about how their product and how what they do affects you, and how you can, how you can achieve your goals, achieve your dreams, achieve everything you ever wanted, right? And yeah, I think this is probably one of the most important things right now, and I think that's worth taking a little bit of more time to discuss. Okay, so now, after all this, we have, you've committed to a channel, you have a posting schedule that you've committed to, you are talking in the client's language, in the prospect's language. You basically, now they see you as kind of the leader in your industry because you're talking about their problems, et cetera, et cetera. And now it's all about just keeping and building on top of that relationship. Okay, so the best way that I personally found for any business, like nowadays, and I should, oh my god, I should show you guys. I don't think I have it. I don't think I have it. It's crazy. I'll tell you the story, but having a customer retention system, okay, is kind of the next thing. And so whether it's email marketing or putting your clients on a CRM or whatever that is, but once someone opts in or gets something from you, you basically communicate to them with your own channels. Like, social media is great, but being able to not depend on social media channels and communicate to them as stuff happens is invaluable. Okay, and so what happened to me was, I was shocked. I mean, I live in Spain right now. Been in the US, been in Asia, whatever, and but I've never seen glass optics company do this. And I basically, first, here's how I became a customer, by the way, because this is also important. Researched in the city, best one, looked at the one that had the most high ratings, and actually had people that could vouch for them, that were real, and I went to that one. So I go there, okay? They take my information, so they serve me, okay? But they also, as I'm finishing the site exam that they do, they're like, okay, what is your data? Blah, blah, blah. When do you want to come back and get checked? And I'm talking about this experience because I've never personally had such a good, at least decent system set up in a business, and it's so rare that I have to talk about it, right? So they were like, okay, well, when do you want to come back to your check? A year from now, a year and a half from now, 2 years from now? It's like a year and a half. Okay, great. What's your email? What's your phone number? What's your address? Okay, perfect. So we'll remind you to get your eyes checked, 1.5 years later. Thank you so much. They took good care of me. And then 2 months ago, I get a physical mail, and I have to show you this. Maybe I'll show it in another post. I'll just use this as short content, and I'll show you in a shorter video when we cut this for my social media. I'll show you what happened. But like they sent me a mini calendar, whatever. But they sent me a mini calendar. They sent me thank you for your business, and they sent me a follow-up thing. Never in my life I've gone from total stranger to I became a client. There was a system, and they followed up with me like months and months after. And now they stay on top of mind. They keep sending me stuff. They stay on top of mind. And so that's what I want for you guys. It doesn't need to be um, as fancy as that, quote unquote. It can be all done through email. But I want you guys to get a customer. They become part of your CRM. They become part of your system, and you communicate to them more or less regularly, maybe once a month, once every 2 months. But guys, this is what blows my mind. How many of your competitors are doing it? Maybe the top guys are doing it, like if you're in a bigger business. But if you're like a local business, like I want you to think about how many, like just think about it. How many of the people or this process that I described, even if it was all virtual, how many are doing it? How many of your local competitors are doing it? How many of your competitors overall are doing it? Not many. And it's not that hard to get set up. Not that hard to get it done. You guys can find someone on the internet, find someone you trust. Basically, now that you know what you want, you can get it built. You can talk to us. Well, there's all different options, but nobody really has it. Like as I think about me personally, locally, like where I live, that was the first time. I'm not talking big brands and stuff like that. That was the first. So I want you guys to think about how would this affect your business, having this system, while I just drink some water. Okay, who else is doing 75 hard? Oh my God. So great. So how is this? Yeah, if you did this, if you had this system, how would it affect you? How would it build a strong foundation for your business that would allow you to leverage systems and technology to grow and grow more efficient, right? So have that. Like again, that was a little bit extra fancy, like with the ordinary mail. I got a physical mail and stuff like that, but you can do it with an email. Someone opts in, goes to your website. Again, they fill it out, and they get tips. They get promos, they get all kinds of stuff monthly, and they stay top of or they stay top of mind. Okay, so yeah, there's email systems, there's automations. Again, someone can set it up for you, but having it is actually worthwhile. So that's the other. That's basically this tip, which is kind of have a system to have these people and communicate with them constantly. If you can add a loyalty program or something like that, or like a membership, great. But that's it. Okay. Finally, have some sort of retargeting. Okay. This is kind of advanced, a little bit advanced bonus, but I think this is important. So picture that you're making content every month. And you're having people, you're starting to have attention. You're starting to have people come to your site. You're starting to have stuff like that. What you want to do is retarget those warm audiences that you're building, because you're building warm audiences. You are getting thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of impressions, tens of thousands of views on your videos, tens of thousands of likes or whatever it is. And now you want to retarget that and get them to one call to action. It's very important to have like one thing to tell them to do. Like instead of hey, do this, do this, do this. Like there's always calls to action. What you want is just simply to tell them, hey, come back, do this, try us out for, do a free trial, try us out, or whatever that is. Get them to try you out. But having a retargeting campaign, you could be spending like $5 a day, $3 a day is pretty efficient. My throat is killing me, guys. But I want you guys to think about for your platform, how would you set up your retargeting campaign? What would you say to get them back? While you guys do that, I'm gonna drink some more water. Okay, so we talked about retargeting. We talked about having a system to capture those people. We talked about social media, what medium to use. We talked about committing to long-term versus short-term posting every day. We talked about defining who you want. We talked about Headlight and Heaven Island, and how talking about where your customer actually wants to be and where they're at, and you positioning yourself in the middle is very important in content or in the marketing. And we talked about how the goals. So I just went in reverse, but you guys pretty much get it. So we went to retargeting. We talked about email marketing, and finally tracking. Tracking is the last thing, guys. We're over a little bit over 30 minutes. We're about to be 30 minutes, but tracking is the holy grail, because you want to know all these efforts if they're leading to something. You want to know that, hey, all these monthly posts that I'm doing, are they getting me new people? Are they not getting me new people? All these email campaigns that I'm doing, are they getting me new people? Are they not getting me new people? And so being able to track that is very important, so that you can know that, okay, well, if I'm posting once a week and I'm getting this kind of interest, and I can tell because I'm tracking it. I'll tell you how you're going to track it. But now I can tell because I'm tracking it. Well, now I should 2x or 3x that. But I don't want you guys to just again go and rush into this and start posting content without having everything else that I told you. If you don't have everything else that I told you, plus the tracking, it's not really going to help you as much, right? So here's how you do tracking. There's a couple ways. Having a phone number. So you could have a phone number for all your organic stuff. If you're like a local business, hey, call this number, and everything that comes from that number, now you know that it's all organic. Now you know that's all organic. Phone number, also a domain, a website, a specific maybe challenge website, whatever that is. When you mention it in videos or whatever, now you can tell, hey, all these people that came from this website, you can have your main website, but you can have this other website where everything that comes from this other website, it's because of this source. This is this traffic source, okay? And so now you can track the whole thing. And then finally, like if you have some sort of like link tree, you're able to embed forms, you're able to embed like calling directly there. That is a very kind of simplified way of doing kind of what I just said. That way, people go there and they can directly call, they can directly fill a form there, and now you know that they came from there, a form, wherever that is, okay? So those were kind of all the points that I had to cover today, because as long as you have this, you keep posting and you make sure you track it, you're consistent, you get the traffic, you get them to do something with you, you have the right offers, the right approach, and they convert and you track it, you can just keep doing this, right? And so as long as you have this, you are set. This is a great way to get started. I made this very specific to like US based, mostly local businesses, because I know you guys But if you have like specific questions, specific insights, or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a message or anything. Here's what we're gonna do next, okay? You guys should have a plan now, okay? You guys should have a written plan of what to do this year, how to dominate, and yeah, that's it. So you guys can walk out, just keep doing what you're doing, um, and just yeah, that's it. Use it to use it, and if you have any questions, I'm here to help. That's it. Uh, Also, one other thing you can do. What I'm suggesting you guys do also is to review it with me. Okay. So what I suggest is I'll put my link down below. There's gonna be some questions, but let's review your plan. Let's take a look at all these different points. Let someone who somewhat knows what they're doing um, look over what you've written, give you some insightful tips on based on what I see, what's working with my clients. Hey, maybe you should do this, maybe you should think of this. And then based on that plan, let's put some, let's put some execution on month 1, month 2, month 3, and let's get that going. So I'm gonna drop this link here, and this is gonna be the link. I'll have a fancier link. This is going to be posted in my YouTube and other channels. But I'm going to drop this here. This is the same link. And yeah, let's review the plan together. Eventually, I plan on having some of my other team kind of take over this. But I want to do some of these for you guys first. Look at the plan. Ultimately, I think this is kind of I think you can. I think there's a big need right now in the marketing space of great. I just got the advice. Thank you so much. And then tomorrow they have like 1,000 calls. They have 1,000 jobs they have to attend to. They have 1,000 clients, not 1,000, but and they forget about everything. And so that's what I want to try to avoid. Like I don't want. I want us to set a target, and you have someone that you can actually execute this for the long term. Because if you just stick to it and have someone that you trusted advisor, trusted marketing advisor, you're gonna get there. And if you don't, you can probably do it on your own. It's just gonna be harder because again, tomorrow and the next day you're gonna have a lot of other things going on. So having that accountability and insight is helpful. Okay, guys, that's it. We are done. Thank you so much. If any questions, you can message me directly, and share this with your friends, share this with other business owners that you know that might be helpful. If this was helpful, share with another business owner. And